10 lessons of Proverbs that will change your life forever. My child, if you are hearing these words right now, it is not by accident. Nothing in my universe happens by chance. Every breath you have drawn, every road you have walked, every door that closed in your face, and every unexpected window that opened, all of it has been known to me since before time itself began. I allowed your eyes to find this moment, and your ears to receive what I am about to speak into your spirit, because you are ready. You may not believe that yet. That is all right. Keep listening. I have seen your struggles, not from a distance, not from some far-off throne removed from your pain, but up close. I have been in the room at 3 a.m, when you could not sleep, and tears ran quietly down your face, and you wondered whether anyone truly cared. I have been in the car, when you drove in silence, the weight on your chest so heavy you could barely breathe. I have been in the quiet of your heart, when you asked with everything inside you, whether any of this is worth it. I heard every one of those questions, every single one. I know the pain you hide behind your smile. I know the exhaustion you mask with busyness. I know the loneliness you feel, even in a room full of people. I know about the dream you quietly buried, because someone told you it was too big, or because life simply knocked you down one too many times. I know about the relationship that shattered you, the loss that reshaped you, the fear that follows you like a shadow, even on bright days. You are not alone. You have never been alone, not for a single moment of your life. And because I love you, because I have always loved you with a love that is beyond any love you have ever known or imagined, I am guiding your path today. I am bringing wisdom to you, wrapped in the ancient words I placed in the heart of Solomon. Words written in the book of Proverbs, words that have outlasted every empire and every generation, because truth does not age. Wisdom does not expire. And what I am about to share with you is not merely information for your mind. It is medicine for your soul. It is a blueprint for the life I designed specifically for you. So lean in, open your heart. Let these words do what fire does to iron, refine you, reshape you, make you stronger than you have ever been before. The first thing I want you to understand, and please hear this deep in your bones, is that wisdom is worth more than anything this world can offer you. I have watched generation after generation of my children chase after money, power, comfort, and recognition, believing that if they could just accumulate enough of these things, they would finally be happy, finally feel safe, finally feel whole. And I have watched with a grieving heart as so many of them reached the top of every mountain they were told to climb, only to find it hollow. In Proverbs I told you this plainly: choose wisdom over silver, choose understanding over gold, for wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. My child, I meant every word. Wealth without wisdom is a fire without walls. It burns through everything you have built and leaves you standing in ash. I have seen brilliant people lose everything because they were clever but not wise. I have seen wealthy people destroy their families because they could not discern what truly mattered. And I have seen people of very modest means live lives of extraordinary joy, peace, and influence because they walked in wisdom. Wisdom knows when to speak and when to stay silent. Wisdom knows which opportunities are blessings and which are traps dressed up to look like blessings. Wisdom knows how to treat people in a way that builds rather than breaks. And wisdom, this is the part the world rarely tells you: when you draw close to me, when you surrender your plans and your pride and say, "Father, I do not know the way, show me," that is the moment wisdom begins to flow into your life like a river. Ask me for it. I delight in giving it to those who sincerely seek it. And as wisdom grows in you, one of the first places you will feel its work is in the words that come out of your mouth. This is something I must speak plainly about, because so many of my children are unknowingly wounding themselves and others every single day through the careless use of their tongue. Proverbs tells you that death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruit. This is one of the most serious truths in all of Scripture, and the world does not teach it. The words you speak are seeds. Every word lands somewhere and grows into something. When you speak life over yourself, when you say, I am capable, I am guided, I am not forsaken, I am loved by the God who made the stars, those words grow into strength. When you speak life over others, when you choose encouragement instead of criticism, when you decide to build instead of tear down, you are planting gardens that will feed generations. But when you use your tongue to gossip, to cut, to curse yourself or others, to exaggerate and deceive and manipulate, you are planting thorns, and you will walk through them. I have watched friendships crumble, not because of any great catastrophe, but because of small, careless words spoken in a moment of frustration. I have watched careers collapse, not because of incompetence, but because of what someone said about someone else in a hallway. I have watched people carry wounds for decades that came not from a sword, but from a sentence. Guard your tongue, my child. Think before you speak. Ask yourself, is what I am about to say true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Does it build, or does it break? And when in doubt, choose silence. Silence is not weakness. Silence is wisdom choosing its moment. Now I want to speak to the part of you that worries, the part that lies awake running calculations. What if this goes wrong? What if I make the wrong choice? What if things do not work out? What if I am already too far behind, too broken, too late? I want to speak directly to that part of you, and I want you to really hear me. Trust in me with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge me, and I will make your paths straight. I wrote those words through Solomon not as a suggestion, but as a promise, a covenant. My word, sealed by my nature, which cannot lie and cannot fail. When I say I will make your paths straight, I do not mean I will remove every obstacle or make every day easy. I mean that even through the difficult terrain, even through the confusing seasons, when you cannot see 2 steps ahead, I am directing you. I am working things together for your good in ways that your human mind cannot yet perceive. Your understanding is limited, and that is not a criticism, it is simply the nature of being human. You see today, I see every day that has ever been and ever will be simultaneously. You see the single thread, I see the entire tapestry. So when I allow something in your life that confuses or hurts you, when a plan falls apart or a door slams shut, I need you to trust that I am not confused. I have not made a mistake. There is something I am protecting you from, or something greater I am preparing you for, and the day will come when you look back on this very season and you will understand. Not today, but one day. And until that day, trust me. Lean into me. I am holding you. There is one thing, above almost all others, that I have seen destroy promising lives, beautiful relationships, and great destinies, and it is pride. Not confidence, not self-worth, which I want you to have in abundance, but pride, the corrosive, blinding kind that says I do not need anyone, I am beyond correction, I have arrived, I know better than God himself what is good for my life. Proverbs is unambiguous on this. Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. I have watched brilliant people walk past the very breakthroughs they needed because they were too proud to ask for help. I have watched gifted leaders lose everything because they could not hear the word no or the gentle correction of someone who loved them. I have watched marriages fracture because one person, or both, could not say 2 of the most powerful words in any language. I was wrong. Pride is always costly, always, and the tragedy is that it blinds you to its own presence. The proudest people rarely know how proud they are. Humility, on the other hand, real humility, not the false variety that performs weakness to fish for compliments. Real humility is magnetic. It attracts wisdom, because a humble person can actually receive it. It attracts good relationships, because people feel safe with someone who does not need to be right all the time. It attracts my favor, because I resist the proud, but I give grace to the humble. My child, there is no strength in needing to appear strong. The most genuinely powerful people I have ever created were those who knew exactly how much they needed me. As you walk forward in this life, I want to talk to you about the people around you, because this is one of the most practical and transformative decisions you will ever make, and yet so many of my children give it almost no conscious thought. Proverbs says it with such clarity. Walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. The people closest to you are not neutral. They are not merely background characters in the story of your life. They are actively shaping you, your beliefs, your habits, your ambitions, your standard for what is normal. If you are surrounded by people who settle, who complain, who wound each other, who have no reverence for me and no regard for integrity, you will slowly absorb those things. Not because you are weak, but because that is simply how human beings work. We become like those we are close to. Iron sharpens iron, but it can also rust beside rust. I am not telling you to be cruel or to discard people. I am telling you to be intentional. I am telling you to look honestly at the 5 or 6 people who have the most access to your heart and your ear and ask, do these people make me better? Do they call out my highest self? Do they speak truth to me even when I do not want to hear it? Do they push me toward my purpose or pull me toward comfort and compromise? And I am also telling you, seek wisdom in relationship. Find people who walk with me, people who are further along the road you want to travel, and get close to them. Ask them questions. Listen. Let their wisdom rub off on you. The quality of your community will determine to a remarkable degree the quality of your life. My child, I created you with purpose, and purpose requires effort. I want to speak clearly about work, because there is a great confusion in this generation between contentment and complacency, between rest and avoidance. Proverbs speaks about the sluggard, the one who will not put their hand to the plow, who always has a reason why today is not the day, who dreams of harvest but refuses to plant. And the wisdom of Proverbs is unsparing. Poverty comes to that person like a thief in the night. But this is not about crushing yourself with relentless striving. I did not create you to be a machine. I wove rest into the very fabric of creation. Even I rested, not because I was tired, but to model for you that restoration is holy. The balance I am calling you to is diligent, faithful, consistent effort, applied to the right things, the things I have put in front of you. And then real rest, real Sabbath, real trust that I am working while you sleep. Whatever I have placed in your hands right now, a job, a business, a family, a creative calling, a season of study, I am asking you to work it with excellence. Not perfectionism, which is fear dressed up in the language of high standards, but genuine excellence, giving your best effort, showing up even on the days you do not feel like it, being the person who finishes what they start, who can be trusted with small things, because they handle them with the same integrity they would bring to great ones. I have seen that person. I have rewarded that person, and I am waiting to reward you. There is a fruit that takes longer than any other to grow, and yet it unlocks more blessings than almost anything else I could give you. It is patience. It is self-control. The ability to wait, and to wait well, not grinding your teeth and counting the days in bitterness, but trusting that I am working in the space between your asking and your receiving. Proverbs tells you that better is a patient man than a warrior, and better is one who controls his spirit than one who takes a city. Conquering an entire city, the ultimate picture of strength, power, accomplishment in the ancient world, and yet I say, mastering your own spirit is a greater achievement. Because wars can be won by armies, but the war within yourself, the war against impulsive decisions, reactive emotions, the need for immediate gratification, the temptation to force an outcome before it is time, that war is won only by those who have chosen to walk with me long enough to develop something deeper than willpower. It is called surrender. Holy surrender. The kind that says, I trust your timing, God. I trust that what you have promised will come. I will not grab ahead of your hand. I have watched people destroy in a moment of impatience what I was building over years for them. A relationship ending because someone could not wait through a difficult season. an opportunity abandoned because the results were not instant, a financial decision made in panic that cost them the very breakthrough they were about to walk into. My child, the promise is still yours. Do not give it up. Patience is not passivity. It is the active choice to trust me every single day, even when you cannot see what I am doing. I want to talk about something that has been misunderstood for centuries, and I need you to hear it correctly because it is foundational to everything else. Proverbs tells you that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And when people hear the word fear, they often think of terror, of cowering, of a harsh and unpredictable God to be avoided. That is not what this means. That is not who I am. The fear I am speaking of is reverence. It is awe. It is the profound, humbling recognition that I am God, that I am the author of everything that exists, that my ways are infinitely higher than your ways, that my thoughts are not your thoughts, and that this reality calls for something in you that is deeper than casual familiarity. It is the same awe you would feel standing at the edge of the Grand Canyon, or holding a newborn child, or watching the ocean in a storm. You do not run from it. You are stopped by it. You are undone by the magnitude of it. When you carry that reverence for me, when you approach your life with an understanding that I am real, that I see everything, that every choice you make matters and carries weight, that is when wisdom truly takes root. Because wisdom is not just information. It is information lived out in the light of eternity. It is making decisions not just for the next 5 minutes or the next 5 years, but with an awareness that you are an eternal being whose choices have eternal significance. Fear the Lord, my child. Stand in awe of who I am, and let that awe shape every single thing you do. I need to tell you something about the economy of my kingdom, because it operates by completely different laws than the economy of this world. The world says, hold what you have, protect it, accumulate more, give only what you can afford to lose. My kingdom says, give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Proverbs says it plainly. One person gives freely, yet gains even more. Another withholds unduly, but comes to poverty. The generous soul will be made rich, and whoever refreshes others will themselves be refreshed. My child, I want you to become someone who notices people. Someone who sees the need quietly sitting next to the person everyone else is walking past. Someone whose presence makes others feel more seen, more valued, more cared for than they were before they encountered you. Not because it is a strategy, not because you are performing kindness for an audience, but because my love actually lives in you, and love cannot help but pour itself out. Kindness costs you far less than you think it does, and it returns to you in ways you cannot calculate. A word of encouragement at the right moment can alter the trajectory of someone's life, and you may never even know it on this side of eternity. A generous act, given when you yourself are stretched thin, is the kind of seed that produces a harvest far beyond what logic would suggest. I see every act of genuine kindness. I see the cup of cold water, the quiet donation, the staying late to help someone, the text message checking in on the friend who seemed off. I see all of it, and I reward all of it. And this brings me to the deepest and most encompassing lesson of all, the one that contains and completes every other. Proverbs speaks of 2 paths that every person walks every day of their life. Not 2 roads you choose once at a crossroads and then you are done, but 2 directions, 2 ways of orienting your life, and the choice between them is made again and again in 1,000 small moments that add up to a life. There is the path that looks easy, that follows the crowd, that prioritizes comfort over character, what is convenient over what is right, what pleases people over what honors me. And there is the narrow path, the path of integrity, of righteousness, of choosing what is true even when it costs you something, of being the same person in the dark as you are in the light, of walking with me not just in the easy seasons, but through every valley and every shadow. Proverbs promises that the path of the righteous is like the morning sun, growing brighter and brighter until the full light of day. That path is available to you. Not because you are perfect, none of my children are. Not because you have never made mistakes. Every soul I have ever created has wandered and stumbled. But because my grace is real, and my mercies are new every single morning, and the moment you turn your face toward me, I am already running toward you. Every day is a new opportunity to walk the righteous path. Every morning is a fresh start. Every moment of genuine repentance is a complete reset, not in your record only, but in your spirit. I truly make you new. My child, I want you to know something. I want you to carry this with you into every tomorrow you are given. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You were not born too late, or too early, or into the wrong family, or the wrong circumstances by chance. I breathed life into you with intention. I placed gifts in you that the world has not yet seen the full expression of. I wrote a story for your life that, when fully lived, will not only transform you but the people around you, and the people they go on to touch, and the generations that come after them. Your life is not small. Your life is not ordinary. Your life, this very life, even with all its mess and confusion and past mistakes, your life is sacred to me. The enemy of your soul has been telling you otherwise. He has been whispering that you are too damaged to be used, too far gone to be restored, too insignificant to matter, too behind to catch up. He is a liar. He has always been a liar. And today, right now, I am speaking louder than his whispers. I am speaking truth into the deepest part of you. You are mine. I bought you with a price that staggers the imagination, and I am not finished with you. Your life is about to change. Not because circumstances will suddenly become easy, though I can arrange that if I choose, but because you are changing from the inside, because wisdom is taking root in you, because you are beginning to see yourself and this world through my eyes instead of through the fog of fear and discouragement. Because the lessons of Proverbs are not just ancient words, they are living truth, and living truth transforms living people. I am walking with you. Every step of this next chapter. Every morning you open your eyes and choose to trust me. Every moment you guard your tongue when you want to lash out. Every time you choose wisdom over impulse, and patience over panic, and kindness over self-preservation. I am there. I am in every one of those moments. I am cheering you forward. I am catching you when you fall. I am lifting your head when you cannot lift it yourself. And one day, one glorious, unimaginable day, you will stand in my presence and see it all as I see it now. You will see the tapestry of your life in full, all the threads you could not understand while you were living them, woven together into something breathtakingly beautiful. You will see how even the painful parts, the confusing parts, the seasons that seemed like pure darkness, all of it was being worked towards something extraordinary. And on that day, every tear will make sense. Every unanswered prayer will reveal the better answer that was on its way. Every closed door will show the cathedral it was pointing you toward. Do not give up. Do not grow weary in doing good. The harvest is coming. Your steps are ordered. Your name is known. Your future is secured in my hands, and my hands have never dropped anything I decided to hold. Go now, my child. Walk in wisdom. Guard your words. Trust me with the things you cannot control. Let go of pride. Surround yourself with people who sharpen you. Work faithfully. Wait patiently. Stand in awe of who I am. Be generous with everything I have given you. And walk the righteous path, not because it is easy, but because it leads somewhere worth going. I love you. I have always loved you. I will never stop. Type Amen in the comments if these words touched your heart. Subscribe for daily messages of faith, wisdom, and God's love, because you deserve to be reminded of these truths every single day. Share this with someone who needs to hear God's voice today.